Thursday, partly cloudy skies through the afternoon, daytime high near 56. Partly cloudy overnight as well. Temperatures down to about 40 degrees. You'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
And good afternoon from that lovely town called Wheeling. Actually, it's a city, right, in the beautiful Ohio Valley. Hopefully you're comfortable and feeling okay. It's pretty nice outside, all right? I'll be raking some leaves later today, the same leaves that I put right next to the curb, and the wind blew it right back in my lawn. So you don't have to worry about leaves, do you, Lola? You don't have a whole lot of leaves, do you?
I got two huge trees in the backyard.
Yeah. You want to earn $50?
No.
100?
No.
You wouldn't come to my house for $100 to rake leaves? You know I'd take you to dinner.
I don't know. We'll talk about it.
All right. Is that like negotiation? No, but, it's just, same with the neighbors, too. Everybody was working real hard with their leaves over the weekend. Now the leaves are back. And by the time, the borough comes by with the truck that sucks everything up, they're back again. But that's okay. All right. Before we talk to Butch Maxwell, because it is Thursday, very special young lady that I met last week will be with us. She's volunteering her services 24/7 to feed a lot of people and get all kinds of gifts and stuff, shampoos and clothes and shoes to unfortunate people in the lower part of the state. She'll be with us, and I'll just have her let everything. As a matter of fact, I said, send me some information. It's like 3 pages. It's the Appalachian Christmas Project. It's shoebox gift time. And the young lady is Diane Stout. And she should work in radio. I'll ask her one question. She can go on for months. That's what I like about guests. Let them do all the talking. She'll be here at about 1:05. And don't forget, tomorrow we have Football Friday. And so far we have Coach Young on of Wheeling Central. Ted Arnaud Jr. from Oak Glen. They play Point Pleasant. And from Fort Fry, Eric Huck. We haven't talked to him for a long time. And, of course, Steve Hellwagon talking about Ohio State. But we're going to have to change the subject tomorrow. Because if you haven't heard, the Ohio State-Maryland game postponed. 8 Maryland players tested positive for COVID-19. Kyle Wiggs will be talking about West Virginia as they host TCU at noon on Saturday. Who am I forgetting? Coach Willis. And John Marshall will be on the road to face Cable Midland.
Cabell.
Cabell?
Cabell Midland.
Is that K-A-B-L-E?
C-A-B-E-L.
Okay. Do you know where that is?
No.
Okay. Cabell. All right. I understand they're very, very good.
Yes.
Very, very good. So, but it's a nice long road trip, and you never know. But Coach Willis, who's been a guest on several occasions, so I think I got them all. All right? Might have left somebody out. All right? I do want to mention a couple of things. I was looking over the Cy Young winners. In case you missed it, Trevor Bauer of Cincinnati was the Cy Young Award winner in the National League. In the American League, Steve Bieber of the Indians was in first place. So I was wondering, when was the last time the Pirates had a Cy Young Award winner? We got to go way back to 1990, Doug Drabeck. Wow. Then if you're wondering who was before that, We got to go back another 30 years. 1990, Vernon Law of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we've only had, if you're a Pirate fan, 2 Cy Young Award winners in the National League since 1960. And in case you've forgotten, 3 World Series championships. Let's see, 60, 71, 79, yeah. And of course, 79 being the last one. All right? Okay, by the way, Lola, you know, I don't know if I told you or not, or you overheard the conversation. Coach Arnaud went to Michigan, class of 2005.
Oh,
All right? I asked him if he was going to replace Coach Harbaugh.
what'd he say?
He said, I think he's on his way out.
Yes.
You know, he's got to win 2 games every year, Michigan State and Ohio State. And I don't know what his record is against Michigan State, but he's, 0 for forever with Ohio State. So that's okay. He'll get fired and he'll go back to the National Football League. So there'll always be room for a Harbaugh. I still like the one in Baltimore better than the one in Michigan, but that's another commentary. Okay, I think I covered a lot of bases. We expect a call from Butch Maxwell. I got a lot of questions for him on entertainment and movies. And I also want Lola to chime in because maybe I missed something when this particular show was on. I never realized the numbers were unbelievable for viewership. All right? And I got to watch, well, I'll talk about it when Butch calls, which is on his way. By the way, I'll be watching the Masters because, you know, I've become a Tiger Woods fan. I still can't believe Tiger Woods is 44. Lola, can you believe he's 44? Does it
Seems
seem
like he's been around forever.
Yeah. Didn't he start playing at 14 or something? But he's a defending champ of the Masters. The Masters will be a little bit different if you're watching on the big screen. Only about 2,000 people per day will be allowed. I wonder what those tickets go for. Butch is on the line. Hey, Butch, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
You're well? Okay. I meant to...
I'm well. I'm good, too.
You're good, too?
I'm good and I'm well. I'm good, I'm well.
You're
You know,
Goodwill. How about Goodwill? You buy your clothes there?
Yeah.
Hey, I bought the kids some nice starter jackets years ago. $100 jackets, you know, they were only missing like a button or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've gotten costumes there often.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Gabe's is also a pretty good place to shop if you're, you know, you have little ones or whatever.
Yeah, I don't, you have to sort through that stuff an awful lot. I just don't have the patience for that. But
Well,
yeah.
the bigger truck, as they say in Italy, the bigger truck comes in Wednesday morning in Washington. So maybe
the bigger truck. Huh?
It's a bigger truck, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Last night I watched something and I said to myself, did I miss something? So I'll ask you and Lola. Were you guys big MASH fans? Lola?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, last night on, was it MeTV?
Mm-hmm.
It was the final episode of MASH. And behind the scenes, like how everybody cried before and on camera. And I thought I was going to cry. I only watched MASH a couple of times. I wasn't a big MASH guy. I don't know why, but I think I missed something. You know?
Yeah, I think you did. It was you know, probably one of the best shows on television during its era in the 70s, and I think it went on until about maybe about 79 or so, but it was a long time.
And
it lasted much longer than the Korean War did.
Yeah. Was it longer than The Fugitive?
No, yes. I mean, I think it lasted at least 7 years, maybe longer, maybe 9 years. It was a long time.
Yeah.
Much longer than the Korean War, which was only 2 years. So, you know.
But you know what? The final segment with everybody saying goodbye, each and every individual, and Alan Alda, I forgot who was kissing. The kissing took place for maybe 10 minutes. And, you know, I'm there, gee, you know, then everybody said it was emotional.
Yeah, it was 11 years that show was on, 11 years, from 72 to 83.
I just looked it up, yeah.
72 to 8, wow. And to see a lot of these people, I guess there's 4 or 5 that passed away since this was recorded, 2017 or whatever, 2017. And but they had the producers, they had the senior writers on, and of course they're relatively old by now, but they all talked about how tough it was for that last episode, which I guess had unbelievable viewership. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I think it was 2.5 hours. It was a very long
Did they promote it as the final episode, or just, hey, we're
Oh,
done?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, no, it was
Everybody knew.
promoted heavily, and it was the most watched television show. I'm not positive it was the absolute most, but I think it was. At the time that it aired in 1983.
Yeah. Well, the final episode for Fugitive had some nice numbers when he found the one-armed bandit at a amusement park. So I remember that. I love the Fugitive.
Yeah.
How can you get away with it all these years and not find you? You know, if the police kept looking for him, and then he found his.
Yeah, that was probably the first time that an episodic television series actually staged a conclusion. Most of the time, they don't know when they're going to be canceled when they're in production. So I'm not sure whether the producers were aware of it or not. But it was amazing, and it had huge audiences too.
Yeah. Did the Gunsmoke have a final episode where he kisses Miss Kitty and he leaves?
I don't think so. No.
Gunsmoke was on what, about 20 years?
Yeah, at least maybe longer. I think that it was the longest running primetime show for many years. Yeah.
And Perry Mason was on pretty long too, I think.
Yeah, it was, and it actually came back after it was canceled, and Gunsmoke. Let's see, that ran from 1952 to that was the radio show. The radio show ran from 52 to 61, and then the television series ran from 1955 to 1975. So you're right, 20 years.
Yeah. I just watched Jay Marness the other day in the movie about bigger ants, them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of the group Them.
Them, right.
What songs did they sing? Gloria, right? Yeah.
Right.
Was that Van Morrison?
Van Morrison's first band, yeah.
Here Comes the Night? Yeah, they had about 3 hits, but Van Morrison went on and had some great hits on his own.
Yeah.
If I talked to Van Morrison, I would ask him, were you named after the big ants? Whatever. It was just weird. You had them, you had the Zombies, you had the Beatles, you had the Animals. All these silly names. But nobody had the M80s.
That's right.
Yeah. How did you come up with M80s? And is it copyrighted?
No, you can't copyright a name. And honestly, there are a lot of different bands around the country named the M80s. But it came out from my partner, Ken Neal, who's the other bass player in the band, another singer. It was a name that he suggested. And I thought, well, okay, there might be a lot of other bands named that, but we're the only one around here, so we'll go with that. So that's what we did.
Right. Hey, I got a 45 of the M80s. It's a picture sleeve. $5, I'll sell it to you.
I have a few myself. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one you gave me? Oh, okay. Forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, actually, those things are going well. People have been requesting them from me on the internet, and so I've sent out a few here and there. If somebody really wants it, I don't know. You have to have one of those
PayPal?
45. You have to have a 45. Little disc to go inside the hole in the record. Because the 45s have a larger.
Yeah, but you buy a little spindle. It's usually black or brown that you put there, right?
Yeah, right. But have you seen those lately?
I got a bunch at home. I got a bunch at home.
I don't even know if they're making singles anymore as records. Vinyl albums are popular, but I don't think vinyl singles have come back.
By the way, I meant to send you a picture of all 4 of those different labels where the Beatles had number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. VJ, Swan, Capitol, and Tollie. Tollie.
Tollie, yeah, you texted me that. I'd never even heard.
I'm going to send you a picture because you probably said DeFabio's crazy. There's no such thing as Tollie Records. It was out of England somewhere. I don't know.
No, I looked it up after you sent it to me, and it was a subsidiary of VJ Records.
VJ, okay. Which was also the home of the Four Seasons. So.
Yeah. But their single "Twist and Shout," back with "There's a Place" was on Tollie.
Yeah.
And it was released in 1964. So, clearly Capitol had already capitalized on the Beatles' fame with She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Can't Buy Me Love, Please Please Me, all around that same era.
Some of those Beatles, well, same with the Beach Boys. Maybe it had something to do with the Capitol label. But most of the Beach Boys 45s, there was a hit on each side, a B side. Same with the Beatles.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to test your knowledge. I always like to get
Okay.
one up on you, although you're
All right.
about 45 points behind me, but that's okay. No. I Want to Hold Your Hand. What was on the flip side? I got him.
Yeah,
I got him, Lola.
You got me. You probably got me on that one.
Well, this is Lola when I passed her up on the street corner. I saw her standing there.
Okay. All right. That was on the flip side, yeah. Double-sided hit, yeah.
Yeah.
I was She Loves You, but I think that was a separate, that was a different song.
I think Love Me Do was on the back of She Loves You. I'm not sure. Somebody will call and tell me. Yeah. But almost all those Beatle 45s early had hits. Same with the Beach Boys. I Get Around. The flip side was Don't Worry Baby. So,
Yeah. No, I know this one. The flip side of She Loves You was I'll Get You.
I'll Get You?
I'll Get You, yeah.
I'll Get You at the end or something like that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll get you in the end. Yes, I will. Get you in
Yes,
the end,
I will.
my friend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And the Dave Clark Five had a couple of hits on both sides, too. But they were on Epic.
Yes. Yeah.
Then a popular label with the English Invaders, as I called them back then. How dare these guys come over here and take our money? Well, their music's better. I think it was them, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, and Tom Jones, Parrot label.
Parrot, yeah, which I think was a division of MCA and Decca. But
very good. Decca was the home of the Who, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How do we remember this stuff? And me and you
and
don't
the
know.
Rolling
Stones.
Rolling Stones.
Yep.
Rolling Stones were on Decca. Yeah, and Decca turned down the Beatles.
No.
Yes, they did.
What idiot? What CEO idiot did that?
Yeah, that's kind of a famous story of the big grand failures in the recording industry. Yeah, Decca turned them down. They even recorded a demo, and they were still turned down. So
wow, that's a great story.
Yeah.
That's why we have you on. I like talking about old stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I do too. This was New Year's Day, 1962. So they went in on New Year's Day, 1962, recorded, basically an album's worth of songs, and it was rejected.
Wow, that's amazing too. But I remember the Parrot label because I like Tom Jones because it's not unusual for me to like guys like that, Bobby Vinton, Perry Como, Tom Jones. But yeah, you remember Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas? Most of their songs were like a minute and a half.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what they recorded though. But
Little Children was a big hit.
Okay.
All right. Whoa. Another group that sang short songs was the Beach Boys. A lot of their songs were just barely over a minute.
Yeah, they. Well, the standard in those days was about 3 minutes. That's what you needed to do, and so Billy J. Kramer. Hadn't thought about that guy in a long time. I think they did. Covered some Beatles stuff too around that time. They did Do You Want to Know a Secret and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to take a break and we'll come back?
Hey, I'm fine with that.
We'll come back and talk more about oldies but goodies because the three of us are oldies but goodies. Right, Lola? Butch? We'll be right back.
Are you struggling to make payments due to an unexpected financial obligation or loss of income? Are you receiving calls from debt collectors? Are you feeling overwhelmed and unsure of what steps to take next? Then you need the experience and expertise of attorney Tom McIntyre and his staff to help guide you through these temporary hardships. Want to hear more about how Tom can help? Then call 877-456-4155 and receive a free copy of Tom's ebook, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. Tom's ebook covers many questions people have about bankruptcy and includes interesting stories about people who tried to avoid filing and people who have filed for bankruptcy. We think you'll be surprised to learn some interesting facts about bankruptcy. Call 877-456-4155.
There's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I love living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I'm loving living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be.
In a divided year, we can still be united through giving. There is a $300 above-the-line tax deduction this year thanks to the CARES Act. You can take a $300 deduction for charitable donations. As an organization that promotes giving, the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley encourages you to utilize this tax deduction. Consider making a donation to a nonprofit agency with a cause that's important to you. Any donation made to the United Way will go towards our annual campaign supporting local programs focusing on the community's toughest needs.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
In a hurry and need to see a doctor? The Woodsdale Health Center and Walk-In Clinic is located across from Little Caesars on National Road. Open 7 to 7 Monday through Friday. Patients can receive primary care, treatment of minor illnesses and injuries, wellness visits and physicals. There's also a lab draw station open from 8 to noon weekdays. A division of Wheeling Hospital, the Woodsdale Health Center is led by family physician Dr. Michael Wilson. Call 304-234-1971. They'll take good care of you.
Hello, I'm Wheeling Fire Chief Larry Helms. As our city and region get back to business, it's extremely important to continue the following specific health guidelines to stop the spread of COVID-19. This virus is highly contagious and is more deadly than the flu. Please wear a mask or face covering in public, wash your hands more often, socially distance yourself as much as possible, and by following these guidelines, it potentially could save your life.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. There are now more than 8,100 active COVID-19 cases in West Virginia. That from information released this morning by the DHHR. After a record high of 885 new cases on Wednesday, the agency confirmed 696 new ones today. The state's daily positivity test rate is 3.87%. Hospitalizations have moved to a pandemic high of 306, and 93 of those patients are in intensive care. There were also 2 deaths added, a 95-year-old woman from Marshall County and an 87-year-old man from Cabell County. Overall, the death rate is at 555. West Virginia American Federation of Teachers President Fred Albert tells members of the State Board of Education that all is not perfect in the classrooms of West Virginia as teachers and school service personnel deal with COVID-19.
Teachers and service personnel are at a breaking point. We have 104 teachers in Marion County who are members of AFT, and they have filed a grievance because they are being asked to do more than one job.
The board meeting continues. A federal class action lawsuit's been filed in federal court in southern West Virginia challenging a blanket exclusion on coverage for gender-confirming care under West Virginia's Medicaid and state employee health insurance plan. That suit was filed on behalf of 3 West Virginia residents who say the policies are discriminatory. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. A student at Crosslanes Christian School in Kanawha County is your 2020 West Virginia Scholar. Eden Reynolds announced as the winner last hour on Metro News Talk Line. The West Virginia Scholar Program designates Eden gets a full 4-year scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College. 3 West Virginia schools are being honored by the U.S. Department of Education today as National Blue Ribbon Schools. They include Williamstown Elementary, Kenna Elementary in Kanawha County, and Panther Creek Elementary in Nicholas County. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Catch Biff Leonard on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. Weekday morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Only on the Watchdog. Live and local talk radio. Just the way you like it.
my neck, working 6 days a week, wearing holes in the soles of the shoes on my feet. Been dreaming of getting away since I don't know. Ain't no
Sorry,
better
Butch.
time than now for Mexico.
Why are you sorry, Lola?
Well, because I know that genre is not one of Butch's favorites, and I usually try and choose something that he likes. And
I like it, you like it, so we beat him 2-1, right?
Mhm.
You don't mind that song, do you, Butch?
No, that's okay. I mean, I heard the beginning of Burning Down the House. just for
oh,
a
did
second,
you?
and then
I
something else.
couldn't tell
Yeah.
if it was playing or not, so I switched it.
No,
Actually, that was I
there's
did
Sweet
that.
Lola playing me a song, and then it turned into something else. But that's okay.
I'm sorry again.
That's
I got you
Not a
Monday.
problem.
I got you Monday.
Hey, listen. I know the primary reason why I'm invited on to Bill Fabio's show is to talk about what's happening in the local area. And I do want to say that my very good friend, very good friend, Roger Horde, will be playing out at Black Sheep Vineyard this weekend on Saturday night.
Okay.
And so that, well, actually, let's see. Yeah, Saturday it'll be from, let's see, 7:30.
7:30 Saturday? Okay.
So, yeah, Roger, Jamie Peck, Buck, and Jason, they're all going to be there. So, so it should be a really good time. They're just really tasteful, excellent musicians, always good stuff. And Black Sheep is a wonderful venue. I recommend you get there kind of early because there's limited seating, and you can enjoy wood-fired pizza while you're out there too, along with the wine. So
wow,
there you go.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. What's the time again?
You want to be there by 7:30 for the music. You might want to get out there a little early just to get a good place and have a glass of wine and some of that wood-fired pizza.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I want to go there right now. Now, if he is your very, very good friend, what are we here at the radio station? Is it three varies? Is it very, very, very good friends?
Yes, I'd say you and Lola get there. Lola gets 4 varies, but
what do I get? 3?
You get 3.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Very, very, very good friend.
So if you say very good friend, that doesn't mean you're a very, very good friend, right?
I guess not.
Yeah,
but
okay.
now I've been out. Now I've been outed.
Oh, you been to any movies lately?
I have not. I've been mostly watching stuff at home, and that's been good. But I am eager to get back out to the theaters again. I just don't. I don't particularly feel confident in that. I just don't like the idea of spending 2 hours in a room with a lot of other people who may or may not be wearing masks.
Yeah.
So I'm. I'm not. I don't mean to discourage people from going to movies.
No.
If you feel like like you're okay, but if you have no comorbidities, then maybe you're, it'd be worth it. But no, I've not been watching anything outside the comfort of my own home, and there's plenty to watch. Netflix and HBO and all that stuff. So there's a lot to do. And one of the best things that's happened this week is I have felt like I didn't have to watch the news. I mean, I do check in with it, but I for the past 4 years, I just felt like I had to constantly keep an eye on what the hell was going on in this country. And frankly, I've begun to relax a little bit. I think things might be okay. And give it another 10 weeks, but so that's good too.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah. Since I watch Harris and Biden greet the people in Delaware, I haven't watched the news at all, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. And really there's nothing to see much. Biden's starting to put together his team, and the president has not yet acknowledged that he lost. So, that's all that, I guess that's all that really matters, huh?
Well, the reason Trump forgot, because he's been on the golf course lately and he got hit in the head with a golf ball.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the cart is still out there with the FBI. Don, if you're listening, I meant it. Anyhow, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. No, but you know what? I went past the Franklin Mall the other day. I went to shop at Marshall's, which is a nice little department store. And right next to an empty Macy's department store, a huge building, is the theater that closed, Regal Theater. How strange.
Oh, yeah.
It's like half of the mall is closed down, you know?
Yeah, it's really sad to see that, and I think that's going to happen all over the country. You know, unless we get back to something like normal soon. But and that's just a shame because I really do love to watch movie in theaters.
Yeah.
You know, there are a few things. You want to see National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? You can see that on the big screen right now. It's at the Highland.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Did you get to see Beetlejuice yet?
Anthony and I were supposed to see it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's here with me today. Maybe he wants to go see a movie. Whatever he wants to do, because he's driving.
It's still there. The next show time is 6:50 p.m. today, but so 10 minutes till 7. So it'll be kind of later, but there's that. You can also catch Tenet, which is that new action adventure film by Christopher Nolan, and that's playing. I'd really like to see that.
What's Tenet about?
What's it about?
Yeah.
It's about time travel. It's a Chris Nolan movie, so it's guaranteed to be weird. But it's got a great cast in it.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, Michael Caine, Kenneth Branagh. Really good cast. So that might be something worth seeing.
They still have the movies at St. Clairsville, the Ohio Valley Mall?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. St. Clairsville has some too. There's similar features out there. So you can go see a movie, but I would recommend that you only do it if you're in really good health and you could possibly withstand getting sick because there's still a danger. And the other really good news that happened this week is that there seems like there are a couple of drug companies that are just about to launch a vaccine. And so what this gives us is a possible time frame, and it might be a little sooner than we thought. We might start to see inoculation starting in December, and with reaching a critical mass of the population by sometime in the late spring. So we may, maybe by summer we'll be back to something that feels something like normal, No, that's not a guarantee. There are all kinds of things that could go wrong, but I don't know. It gives me hope anyway, just knowing there's a timeline, where we might see something that looks like what life used to look like for us.
Just in West Virginia, I think I heard a glimpse of it on the news right when we took a break there. That over 800 new cases yesterday. Was that it, Lola?
Yes. Yeah.
In the state of West Virginia. Because we had a lot in Pennsylvania. I try not to keep track of numbers, but they just keep rising and rising. And I feel bad for like football coaches in the area who have games. They don't know if they could be canceled at the last second. We already had a college game canceled, Ohio State and Maryland, because 8 Maryland players came down with COVID-19. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is. And I just lost a neighbor. A neighbor lives right down the street from me. She just passed away as a result of COVID. And so this is a very real thing. It's very serious. And I would just urge everybody to be extremely cautious.
Yeah, very extreme. Yeah, you have to be. So, all right. Yeah, soon I want to talk about places that are open and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do too. I hate to talk about things that are closed down and say anything to discourage people because I'm a little at odds here. I'm a performer and I work in the entertainment industry. In a very, very small way, but I want the entertainment industry to thrive, and yet. I have to keep, I was just talking to some people. They were interested in doing murder mystery dinner theaters over the holiday season. And I just don't feel that, I feel like we would be irresponsible if we did that. I feel like,
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just not, I want to do it really badly, but I just feel like, it wouldn't be fair to the audience. It wouldn't be fair to the rest of the cast members, So I'm just going to say no. We're going to wait until it's safe to come back out again.
Yeah. I miss talking to the people going into your show and leaving the show. They smile going into the show because they know they're going to be witnessing a great entertainment by your folks, and when they leave, they feel real good. It's a happy feeling for about 2.5 hours. They eat well, and they could be a part of your show, and the actors are very good, thanks to you, Mr. Director.
And and it's funny. It's funny. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh over a murder. So that's.
But it's a mystery.
One thing some of the venues we used to work for, we used to put on their marquee, mystery dinner. I don't think you should say it's a mystery dinner. It's a mystery theater, but the dinner, you get it. There's no mystery about that. But
Hey, you're a director and a producer and all that, right?
I am.
There are there's a lot of cool directors out there, a lot of mean guys. Who would you compare yourself to on the Hollywood stage? What director?
Oh my God!
Maybe you're like Sergio Leone. Cut after cut after cut after cut. Let's do it again.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Clint Eastwood almost punched him, in fistful of dollars, because A, he couldn't understand what he was saying. B, they did it over and over and over again. But you know what? Clint Eastwood, after that movie, became a star thanks to Sergio Leone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's great. I don't know. I'm since I don't direct film, it's not a matter of take after take.
Yeah.
But with plays, I will rehearse a scene, several times in a row. My style is mostly to let the actors find their characters and their own motivation. And if I'm not seeing it, then I ask them about it. And, I give them a series of questions. I want them to make the decisions. And if it happens to be a decision that is subverting the play in some way, the rest of the action, then I've got to step in. Yeah. But if it doesn't, it may just enhance the experience. It may be a totally different take on a character than someone who's done it before or done it in a different venue or a different different production. So I like to trust my actors. Really, my philosophy in casting a play is it's 95% casting as far as directing goes. And so when I direct a play, if I get the right people cast, then my job is much, much easier after that because, I know that, it's a collaboration and I'll work with an actor who comes up with his or her own idea of the character arc. And then I just watch it and kind of massage it a little bit. That's really the trick of it.
Yeah, I was watching a special on directors out of Hollywood, and Ronnie Howard was interviewed. And he said he learned a lot from being in a couple of movies and watching. And he says, there's a little bit of Clint Eastwood in me. I let the actors and actresses act, I don't really get down on anybody. And everybody that I seem, when I watch all these Hollywood shows, it's like they say they were fortunate to work with Clint Eastwood, so.
Okay.
Well,
he must be pretty good.
Yeah.
I would expect Ron Howard would be a pretty good, be an actor's director too, and there's some directors weren't. Alfred Hitchcock, one of the greatest film directors ever, was not an actor's director. He really was not. He was not fun to work with.
But he liked blondes.
He did like blondes.
Yes, he did. I think, and I don't know, I watched him being interviewed by a lot of people. It's like he didn't want to be there, I watched him on Dick Cavett. Well, does he want to be there? I mean, just like he's looking into the camera and whatever. But Ronnie, Ronnie Howard was a little opie. He was always like watching the producers and the directors work,
Yeah.
So it's like he knew what he wanted to do when he was a little opie.
Yeah.
By the way, the opening scene where he's walking down by the lake with Andy Griffith and he throws a rock or something in the pond, that's a stuntman or somebody throwing a rock because he couldn't really reach the pond.
He couldn't skip a rock. Yeah.
I like stuff like that.
That's not easy. Can you skip a rock?
I don't know.
I mean, you never tried it before?
No, I like bourbon on the rocks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can. All you do is you have to try to find a relatively flat rock.
Yeah.
You have to get the right spin on it so that it all it does is hit the surface of the water and then it skips 2 or 3 times. And I used to do this with some of my friends when I was a kid, and we would we try to compete. Who got 3 skips, 4 skips, 5 skips. That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm watching a lot of Gomer Pyle lately, because I didn't watch a lot of it when I was young. Golly, Butch. Yeah. The guy could sing, too. He could sing.
He was a wonderful singer. Yeah,
Wow.
Jim Neighbors. I thought of you over the weekend because my wife and I took off. We generally have we went for our to celebrate our 4th wedding anniversary, and we generally just go somewhere off the grid, and we so we have no internet access or anything. Well, this time we couldn't get someplace that was totally off the grid anyway. But still, and that's happened before, we get a rustic cabin that's got a hot tub and stuff. We mostly just read and talk and drink and stuff like that. This weekend, the place that we got actually did have satellite TV. And because of the election, we were very interested in what was going to happen. So on Saturday, when we determined there was going to be an announcement, we did turn the TV on for a while, and we watched the announcement. And then after that was over, we just left the TV on, and I didn't want to watch what was on ABC or whatever, so I flipped it over, and there was BTV. And I said, this is Bill DeFabio's favorite station. So we watched Andy Griffith, Gomer Pyle, and something else, a couple of really bad Irwin Allen things from the like Journey to the not Journey, it's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
I saw that at a drive-in as a kid. It was awful.
Well, this was a TV series, so you think the movie
with Richard Basehart. Richard Basehart.
Yes. Bill, that stuff, that'll rot your mind. I can't believe that was the kind of television that we had to watch growing up. It's no wonder we're stupid today.
How about the stupid sets for Lost in Space and Star Trek?
Oh, yeah, really cheap. And
cheesy.
I did see a Star Trek that I'd never seen before, though. I thought I'd seen all of them, but there were, they had one on BTV that I'd not seen before, and so there I was watching this dumb thing. But it was all right. It was all right.
Are you ready for the oldies calendar?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. Bob Crew, what do you know about him?
He had a congregation. Didn't he? Wasn't it the Bob Crew congregation or something?
He was producer for the 4 seasons. He found Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. And there was the Bob Crew Generation, Music to Watch Girls Bob.
Generation. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Generation,
Yeah, Generation.
Passed away 2014.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, you have a favorite Grace Kelly movie? Because today she was born. She passed away in 1982. One of my favorites is Rear Window and High Noon. What's yours?
Yeah, I'd say Rear Window for sure. Yeah,
okay.
It's probably one of my favorites. I like the Dial M for Murder a lot too.
Yep.
And she was in a movie called High Society, which was kind of fun.
Yes, Lola.
The Country Girl.
The Country Girl.
Yep.
1954.
The Country Girl.
Yep.
And It Takes a Thief.
It Takes a Thief. Okay. I liked High Noon a lot, but I loved Rear Window. That was on one huge set.
I think it was To Catch a Thief.
Yeah. It was with Cary Grant.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the title was.
True Love was with
you're right.
True Love was with Bing Crosby, right?
That's
True Love?
True Love?
Girl.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Grace Kelly, Princess Grace of Monaco. Neil Young's birthday today. Is he still living? Yeah, okay. Songwriter, of course. He was with Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and he was with Buffalo Springfield, one of my favorite songs, For What It's Worth. How old is Neil Young today, Butch?
Well, he's not so young. I would say he's about 75.
Oh, sorry, Lola. He hit it right on the nose.
That's what I was going to say that.
Yeah. I liked Old Man, Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
Only Love Can Break Your Heart.
Those are all from the same album. That's like from Harvest, I think, way back.
Yeah.
Or after the Gold Rush, right around there.
This was a familiar name every day on the news, Tonya Harding. It's her birthday today.
Oh, okay.
Did she ever go to jail? She pleaded guilty obstructing justice. Did she go to jail?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think she did.
I don't think she did. Yeah, that, okay, so the year that you saw me and my wife at River City dressed up, she was going as Tanya Harding, and I was going as
Nancy Kerrigan.
yeah.
Nancy Kerrigan. I didn't try and pick you up.
Nancy Kerrigan.
I didn't try and pick you up, did I?
No, but you gave me a double. You kind of did a.
Well, you dressed up pretty well to look like a girl. I got to admit.
Yeah.
I don't tell too many people about that, but that's okay. It's, I thought it was funny at the time. That's Butch Maxwell.
It was fun.
Yeah. One of your favorite Republicans on this date, Richard Nixon, announced the withdrawal of about 45,000 U.S. troops from Vietnam. Should have did that years before with other presidents, but whatever.
Yeah.
John Lennon on this date, 1980. John Lennon's Just Like Starting Over from his Double Fantasy album. Did you like that album?
Oh, I love that album, yeah.
It was
John
released.
Lennon parts of it.
Yeah. He and Yoko were seen kissing on the record cover. I must have missed that.
And that album, I had to play every other cut because it was a John cut, then it was a Yoko cut, then it was a John cut, then it was a Yoko cut. So what I did is I recorded the John Lennon stuff and put it on a cassette. That's how I played it.
This girl was born in 1961, Olympic gold medalist. She did 7 perfect tens. I thought that was Bo Derek. Nadia Comaneci.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
She was something. She was really something. Okay, well, we have a couple of minutes. Guy that stole my initials, BD, Bobby Darin, had the #1 hit in America, 1959. Mac the Knife. You have a favorite
Great
Bobby Darin?
song.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one.
Yep.
Well, I like Beyond the Sea a lot, too,
Beyond,
but that's really the one.
And the guy that did the Bobby Darin movie, he did he sang. He sounded like him.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name?
Spacey.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
I saw that the other day too. I didn't realize, he did everything himself.
He did. He was an amazing performer.
Yeah.
It's too bad he's a creep, but
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a few of them in Hollywood. 1967, #1. I love the movie with Sidney Poitier, and in the movie, Lulu sang "To Sir with Love." Liked it or not?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't really like the song much, but the movie was good.
Yeah. I like #2, which was later done by the Belushi and gang, "Soul Man" by Sam and Dave. Good tune.
Yeah. Excellent tune, yeah.
Vicky Carr had the #3 song written about Bill DeFabio, "It Must Be Him." I wish, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready for 75?
That song was pure melodrama.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You ready for 75?
Yeah.
Number
go
3, "Who Loves You" by the Four Seasons. #2, "Lion Eyes" by the Eagles. #1, according to the bandstand and Mr. Dick Clark, "Island Girl" by Elton John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was terrible. You were right in the dredge of the 70s. Man.
83, "Islands in the Stream," Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. It was okay.
It was okay.
I haven't heard of this group. "One Thing Leads to Another" by The Fix. What was The Fix?
Oh, great song. New wave song. Really good. Yeah. Maybe Lowell will play that one on the way out because it's a good song.
The Fix? Was that a one-hit wonder?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. But #1, it was "All Night Long" with Lionel Richie, without the Commodores.
Yeah.
It was all right, right?
Yeah. Oh, I liked Lionel Richie. He was good. I mean, it was kind of easy listening, but it was okay. Yeah.
All right. And Cream in 1991, Prince and the NPG. I don't know what that means. Cream, Prince and the MG.
What was the song?
It was by Cream, or maybe it was Cream, Prince and MG. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. One thing leads to another.
I guess that's okay. You like that, Lola? Lola likes it.
Yeah. Good new wave.
How about that, Lola? You ask her, and in 10 seconds, she gets you your record. We got to go. Thank you, Butch.
All right. Talk to you soon, Bill.
Bye-bye. Coming up, a very special lady on AM 1600.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
The chief of staff for the Republican National Committee. They are the latest within the president's inner circle or campaign and White House staff to test positive. More than 144,000 Americans have tested positive in the past 24 hours. Health experts say it's out of control across the U.S. and urging Americans to once again social distance or the holidays will bring a surge to hospitals. ABC's Jim Ryan is in hard-hit Texas, whose case count has topped 1 million.
They partied on Austin's themed 6th Street on Halloween. No masks or distancing. And now Dr. Mark Escott of Austin Public Health says it's being reflected in the COVID case count.
If we don't go back to those protective actions that we were taking over the summer and in the spring, we are going to have a miserable winter.
Coupled with the arrival of flu season, doctors already are seeing patients infected with both coronavirus and influenza. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
The Georgia audit and recount process getting underway today. State election officials held a telephone training session for county officials. Georgia senior election implementation manager Jenny Vander Oost told those county workers that the two-person counting team should work in lockstep.
We want you to just be very deliberate in your counting. Take your time. And everyone, the two-person teams, they should not be counting independently. They should be counting together. That makes and ensures that we have an accurate count.
They have 5 million ballots to count. The vote count continues in undecided states. President Trump moving ahead with more lawsuits alleging fraud. Court cases so far have not found evidence. President-elect Joe Biden today speaking with Pope Francis. Biden, a Catholic, says he thanked, quote, His Holiness for extending blessings and congratulations. You're listening to ABC News.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
There are new concerns about panic buying returning as cases of coronavirus starts to surge around the country again. In Central Ohio, Kroger announcing that it's reinstating buying limits on paper products like paper towels and toilet paper. Amy McCormick is Corporate Affairs Manager for Kroger.
Through the pandemic, we have seen a shift in the way customers are shopping. They're coming to the store less frequently, but they're buying more when they're here.
For now, the limit does not apply to soap or hand sanitizer. A Penn State running back with NFL aspirations forced to end his career.
There's Journey Brown. He breaks tackles. He has a touchdown.
He was Penn State's leading rusher in 2019 and was expected to be one of the best backs in the country this season with hopes of an NFL career. But Journey Brown has a heart condition that's forcing him to give up football. Brown posted on Twitter that he has hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a disease that causes the heart muscle to become abnormally thick and can make it more difficult to pump blood. Brown tweeted, "I know I left it all out there and have no regrets." Penn State coach James Franklin told reporters it's heartbreaking. Todd Ant, ABC News.
Facebook says it's extending its political ad ban for at least another month. This as President Trump has refused to concede so far to President-elect Joe Biden. The tech giant says it's trying to prevent the spread of misinformation on its social network. Google says it's also extending its ban on political ads too. This is ABC News.
T-Mobile for Business knows saving time and money is important for your business. That's why we're introducing Microsoft 365 on us, now included in our best business plans. With Office apps, Microsoft Teams, cloud storage, and more, Microsoft 365 on us gives you the tools you need to run your business. Stop by a T-Mobile store today. Qualifying plan required. Contact us to activate. 1 license per line, max 2 per account. Third-party terms apply. See T-Mobile.com for plan details.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing.
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
There's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I love living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I'm loving living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be. I'm not buying till I checked on for.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon, daytime high near 56. Partly cloudy overnight as well. Temperatures down to about 40 degrees. You'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday, with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
I've been crying, 'cause I'm lonely for you. Smiles have all turned to tears, but tears won't wash away the fear that you never ever gonna turn to ease the fire that within me burns. It keeps me crying, baby, for you. Keeps me sighing, baby, for you. So won't you hurry? Come on, boy, see about me. See about me.
What a nice segue. I'm minding my own business last Thursday. I'm at Quaker Steak and Lube. Donnie Gilbert was there. He didn't leave me any food. That's okay. And I'm listening to this young lady, and she like turned around, like looked at me, and then we got to know each other. So I think she said, "Come see about me." It's like I've known her now for years. This is at one. I don't usually shout out big time compliments, but when I learn more about this young lady, what she does is just truly remarkable. Let's say hello to Diane Renicky, stout.
Yes.
Is that stout like the beer?
Well, or stout like strong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. And you live in Cameron, West Virginia?
Yes.
All right. And you're like the CEO of the Appalachian Christmas Project, right?
Founder, yes.
It was
sir.
your baby?
Yes.
Okay. We need your help now. And, I like this too, faith, hope, and love. So I want to start from the beginning. Why did you want to, I can understand why you want to help people less fortunate than us, but tell us about the Appalachian Christmas Project from the beginning.
Well, I co-founded the program, Appalachian Outreach, in 1989. Well, 2001 is when it actually became official. In 2003, we were delivering some stuff down to into Wyoming County, and they were doing things for kids. They had a dinner and luncheon, or a dinner for the people, and I thought, down in those areas, there are a lot of people, grandparents, aunts, uncles, relatives that are taking care of the kids. The parents may not be around, or
who's taking care of the grandparents if they're taking care of the kids?
Right, the grandparents are taking care of the kids.
Wow.
So I thought, it would be nice if we could give those folks, the adults, the ones who are caring for the children and getting gifts, to also get gifts. So we started out in 2003 with 113 in Wyoming County. Since then, in 2019, it was no longer in existence through Appalachian Outreach, and so I founded it, resurrected it, whatever you want to say, and we did 21,125 gifts last year. We had done 20,000 in 2018. It just keeps growing. People are getting poorer, they're living longer, and we serve seniors, disabled, vets, nursing homes, homeless, drug rehab, domestic violence, and children. Anywhere from West Findlay, Pennsylvania, all the way into Greenbrier County in West Virginia, west to Huntington along the border of Ohio, all the way into Myra, Kentucky. And the 36 different groups that we always have an advisor in those areas, 36 different areas that we serve. And what we do, I had given you, Bill, a list of items. I mean, we started out with shoe boxes. Well, that's when it was smaller, and now it has grown to, last year, like I said, 21,125. Our goal this year was 22,000, but with the COVID hitting, that really is not going to happen because you have to buy all the product off of the shelves. And we just use what we've been using from Walmart is a gallon baggie with a washcloth, 15-ounce bottle of shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, a bar of soap, an emergency kit that has the little sandwich bags with cotton balls, Band-Aids, Q-tips in it, along with a purse-sized Kleenex. Everybody gets a signed Christmas card, then they're wrapped, and then boxed and ready for shipment. And we have, right now, we'll cross over today. Today is one of the days that we pack and wrap. We'll get to 9,000 today. But that's a far cry from what we normally would do. We're usually at about 19,000 at this time of the year. So
It's things we take for granted, deodorant, washcloths.
Yes.
Kleenex, Q-tips, cotton balls, notepads, pencils, pens. You got a box of those, by the way.
Thank you.
I went through some of them.
Okay.
I wasn't going to separate. There's got to be a couple thousand in there.
Yeah.
Some of them are interesting, too. Radio stations, hospitals, Some hospitals no longer exist, so maybe they're collector's items. I don't know. Then I threw in some pencils. But then I
awesome.
got a lot of T-shirts and shirts from radio stations I worked at that's never been worn. They were in a bag, so I put those in, too. Some shoes, but I'm just starting. When you told me about CDs for kids,
Yes.
DVDs for kids, even
Yes.
some VHSs, I'll have separate boxes of those for you.
Yes, thank you.
So that'll make people happy.
Those are awesome Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Because we don't think about it here. We're kind of spoiled up here. But you cannot buy those kind of things with food stamps. You can only buy edible stuff.
I know.
And toothpaste is not considered edible, nor is shampoo or
It's edible if you swallow it.
Yeah. It may not be very good
Like
for you.
Listerine. I know not to swallow it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, okay, all right. Knee-high socks, magnifying glass, first aid cream, chapstick, Vaseline, stamps and envelopes. That's true.
Yes.
You can get food stamps, but you can't get stamps, right?
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. And they're expensive anymore.
Right, they are, and if you have to pay a bill, and like, for
A lot
instance...
of people don't have the internet access or whatever.
Oh, no.
They have to send out,
I mean, even now with the kids going viral, my two nieces down in outside of Mannington, out in Rachel, they live in the country, and they do not have good internet. So you got two teenage girls in high school that are trying to do viral, and they have broadband, which is slower than the 7-year itch. You know, that's, you know, and that's not, I mean, that's not that far away from here. Mannington is not. I mean, neither is Belton. Belton doesn't even have internet.
That's hard to believe. It's 2020, and you can't get internet service.
Right, yeah, no. You can't even get cell phone. Well, you can't hardly get cell phone service in Cameron.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. It's things we take for granted.
yes, yes, we are very blessed in this area, but in places like Craigsville, West Virginia, which is down by Richwood.
These places depressed?
Very, 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 very depressed. I mean, I was in Salem 2 weeks ago, West Virginia, which is like 15...
Isn't there a college there?
No.
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
No.
Okay.
But they're a very small, very poor community, and they're just outside of Clarksburg. But it's kind of like Weirton and Wheeling or Moundsville, you know, you're your own areas. You don't really cross the borders that much, but very poor in a lot of those places that we serve. Myra, Kentucky is 25 southeast of Pikeville, Kentucky, which is a very, you know, but people don't have the gas to get.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You know, you have to pay for fuel. It's, you know, in town in Richwood, their hospital's gone. What's the closest hospital if they have an emergency, you know, heart attack or whatever? You're looking at Beckley or Charleston, about 2 hours away.
That's not good.
No.
No.
I mean, they have a small hospital in Summersville, but it's not for major things. Or, you know, if you go to Morgantown, that's even farther from Richwood. So,
I'm familiar with Somerville. Every time I go to North Carolina, I get a speeding ticket.
well, don't do that.
Well, you're going 65, 70. All of a sudden, the sign says 55, and they're waiting for you.
Yes, they are on both ends. Of
Both,
the
yeah.
and in the middle.
You'd think the first time I'd learn. The second time, I'm an idiot. The third time, I'm going back. I'm going to find another way. Because it happens so quick, you know? A lot of my friends say, you ever been to Somerville? Oh, yeah, I've been there, done that. I get to know the police very well, you know. And they're waiting for you.
Yeah, they are.
Both ends, like
Yep.
you said.
Yep, I have one of my clients that she got pulled over at the beginning because I'm an insurance agent by trade. She got pulled over coming from Oakland into Summersville, and she got pulled over right at the beginning. She takes off. She's only a mile down the road. She forgot she was speeding, got pulled over by the same cop for another speeding ticket within 5 minutes. You know, so they're...
He gave her 2 within 5 minutes. Wouldn't give her a break.
Nope. Nope. She called me. She was panicking, and I just told her to relax. You know,
Yeah, if
just
you're
pay
out
the
of state
fine.
like I am, you know, you don't want to travel and go to court. You just pay the bill.
Yep.
If it's not points, pay the bill.
It is
you know?
points, though, whenever you get fined.
It is?
Oh, yeah, whenever you have a speeding ticket or, you know, any kind of a violation, yeah, it's points against your license.
I would lose points in Pennsylvania if I had a speeding ticket in West Virginia.
I'm not sure what the laws are there, but
I
if you
have
get
no
a
idea.
speeding ticket, then from what I understand, yes, any state, you're going to get, you know, it might only be 2 points, or if the second one, it might be 4 points.
Yeah, but if you get up to 5,
You have to, in West Virginia, it's 11 points and you lose your license.
11 points?
Okay. So,
I don't
and that's
know what-
including accidents or other violations, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, but Somerville's well known around the country.
Oh, yes,
you
it
know?
is.
You know?
Yeah.
Even my brother-in-law, who lives near Charlotte, he got tagged a couple of times.
Yeah.
Because he's got a heavy foot, you know. He zooms.
I put it on cruise. That's why I'm thankful we have cruise.
Yeah.
But
Well, some of the old cars I have didn't have cruise back then,
I
way
know.
back then. But whatever.
yes,
But yeah, Somerville. Yeah, if anybody's listening down there on the internet, I will go 55 all the time for about 20 miles. All right, but Then you get into Virginia or North Carolina, you got to be really careful.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if it's the Pennsylvania license plate, but whatever. But
Yeah.
some of these simple things here, socks, first aid creams, stuff we take for granted. Probably a lot of stuff that people throw away or don't realize,
Right.
Or we have too
having
much of it. Yeah.
You have it in your cupboard and you're like, oh, that's an old one. It's 6 months old. I'm going to throw it in the garbage, and it may still be very good.
Yeah. But you got a lot of pens and pencils coming.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that. Thank you.
yeah.
Because, if I don't know about you, and a lot of people now use the internet, use their cell phones to make their grocery lists. Or
Yeah.
in this area, you call to Walmart or Kroger's or whatever, you tell them what you want, and it's at the, at the dock whenever you get there.
Yeah.
But me, I'm technology challenged. I still use my paper and pencil and write my grocery list out.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have paper and pencil down. Can't get those. That's like calendars.
How can you not have paper and a pencil? No, seriously.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I do that too. I write down a grocery list, then I forget the list when I get to the Kroger's or Giant Eagle.
Well, then you just got to call your wife or somebody at home and say, what's my grocery list?
Yeah, well, if there's nobody at home, I just go up and down the aisle, and usually if I'm supposed to get 10 items, I have 2 buggies full, Because everything is tempting, This
Yes.
is on sale. Buy one, get one free. That's me, baby. Yogurt, 4 for like $2 or whatever. 10 for $10, whatever, whatever.
10 for $1.
10 for $1, whatever, stuff that's not really good for me, chips and all that stuff, But that's okay, I'm learning. But I'm looking at all this stuff. This should be in every household, every item on here, but a lot of people don't have all of that. So.
Right. Well, I was.
What about Christmas cards? People can donate Christmas
Oh, yeah.
cards?
You can we get them in the mail all the time, brand new ones with envelopes. I can use all of them.
I got some of those too.
I have
Nobody sends out Christmas cards anymore.
Well, I do, but,
Okay.
a lot of people get them and they throw them in the garbage. Oh, please don't do that. Because I have volunteers who actually sign those cards for me. And, put information in, or, put thank you or God loves you or whatever in those Christmas cards. Or we can use the fronts of the old Christmas cards. Just take your information off of the back, and we can use the back of the fronts of the Christmas cards. So, and when you're talking, 21,000 last year, 21,125, and, the volunteers are trying to keep up as much as they can, so, but I'm just thankful for people donating.
Now, you're
what they
around the
do.
Wheeling area a lot, aren't you?
Yes, I live in Cameron, but
How far is Cameron from here?
from here, it's 32 miles.
Okay. I'd probably get lost.
Nah.
I get lost getting out of my parking lot.
Oh, well, then you probably would get lost.
Have I ever been near? I don't know. What's it near? Is there a big town nearby?
Wheeling's probably the biggest
Okay,
town,
all
or Moundsville.
Okay. All right.
You go out 250 from Moundsville, and you go
I
right
use
into
GPS.
Cameron.
I want some lady to tell me where I'm going.
Oh, well, I can tell you now, whenever you get out to Mrs. D's, there is no service.
What's Mrs. D's?
Mrs. D's, the little grocery store at the intersection where you turn to go to Waynesburg, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
or you go down into Cameron. And when you get there, I've had the UPS can't, if it's not our normal guy, they can't find it because there's no GPS to our house.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. Waynesburg I'm familiar with.
Well, that you come out to Mrs. D's, out 250, and turn a left onto 891, 21, and that takes you right into Waynesburg.
Yeah. I remember a long, long time ago, I think I was dating a girl from Waynesburg College, now it's university. I got lost in a town called Rough Creek. You ever hear of Rough Creek?
Oh, yeah, been through Rough Creek.
You blink your eyes and you're through the town.
Right.
I think it
They
was
have a post office.
Yeah, and a 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Because I was at the 7-Eleven trying to get directions, And I finally found Waynesburg, but yeah. Rough Creek. I mean, I remember that. But yeah, you're all over the place. Now, you showed me your map.
Yes.
Maybe you should have brought it. I could have put it on Facebook. You have it
I
right
got
there?
one, no, I forgot to bring one in with me, but I can get it whenever we're finished, or I can,
But the traveling you do,
yes,
and you put your own money for gas in your car?
so far, and my truck.
And your
my
time and everything?
Yes.
Come on. You should have a lot of people helping you.
Well, I would like that.
Yeah.
I would like that. And we are,
And what you have going against you, times are tough.
right, they are.
A lot of
and-
people don't even want to leave their house.
Right.
You know?
But the good thing is I am 501c3. I am a tax deductible program, And so anybody that doesn't want to leave their home but would like to make a donation, they can just drop it in the mail if they want to. No, I'm not smart enough to do PayPal or anything like that yet, but I was on the phone with a lady today who said she wants to help me set up and get technology savvy. But yeah, I'm 501c3, and they just need to send it to 395 Appalachian Christmas Project, 395 Oak Lane, Cameron, West Virginia, 26033. And it'll get to me, and then we send out tax receipts and thank yous to everybody.
And I understand we have a mutual friend down the street where I work when they have a lot of business. River City.
Yes, River City, yes. I used to work with Becky's husband, Dougie.
Wow.
Doug.
Dougie, who's now at the bank down
Yes, he's at BB&T.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've
My
been
heart
friends
pours for them because they have just lost a lot of money and time and employees, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, look at the...
I've lost mom and pop, my friends that have mom and pop pizza places, carpeting, flooring.
Yes.
Hoagies, hot dog, gone. Never come back.
They won't be able to.
No.
At this point. I mean, you know, they were slug suffering at that point in time. I mean, and same with the areas that we go into. The one down in Myra, Kentucky, I just had taken a truckload of supplies down there last Friday.
Myra, Kentucky?
Yes.
What's that near?
25 miles southeast of Pikeville.
Okay.
Which, as you come out of Williamson, which is the last town at the end, actually, you're going, and when you're in Williamson, West Virginia, you go through Williamson, Kentucky, and then Kentucky, Williamson, Kentucky, and then back into, you go through Williamson, West Virginia, and Kentucky about 5 times.
A lot of depressing areas in Kentucky?
Oh, yeah, very much. As a matter of fact, because of the government funding, a lot of the food pantries, and because of the COVID, the food pantries have shut down. And so my program, which is called Manna from Heaven in Myra, Kentucky, has taken over a lot of these areas. The people have called. So you've got anybody within a 50-mile to 60-mile radius coming for food. The Christmas gifts were going to be taken down there. I mean, they don't have the money to travel to Pikeville to get supplies. So it's very, very, very poor. They've actually taken on 2 orphanages down there who have lost the help of the people in those areas in Jenkins County, Kentucky, which is outside of Pike, Kentucky. So, I mean, you're talking, whenever you talk poor, there is not really any poor here compared to down there, because you've got all kinds of places to go. You've got the soup kitchens here, you've got Catholic Charities, you've got the House of the Carpenter, you've got Goodwill to get some clothes or whatever.
City missions?
Yes, city mission. You don't have those things down there. They just don't exist. And you're talking Kentucky, that they don't even have county commissioners down there.
Well, what kind of government would they have?
Well, you can. When we went to do a fundraiser and went to the county commissioners about having a fundraiser in Myra, Kentucky, this is how I found out. They said, well, we don't have county commissioners. That's run through the senior centers or, some city officials. They don't do things down there like we do, which is, that was definitely
What's the main source of income for people down there? What kind of jobs are available? I mean, are they coal miners or what are they?
Well, a lot of the coal mines have shut down down there now. They've got, just in the Myra, Kentucky area, the 3 coal mines there, 2 out of 3 are shut down. And so the main industry would be teacher, DOH, Department of Highways. You have some, in Pikeville, if you can drive that far, you've got, your businesses like Arby's and Walmart and, Rural King and those kind of basic things. But you don't have businesses like they do here. You don't really even have the technology down there that we have here. They're not that advanced yet.
What about law enforcement?
Oh, yeah. Okay. They have good but it's spread out. Here, even in Marshall County and Ohio County, you not only have your city police, you used to have county mounties, but they're now the sheriff's department or the state police.
County mounties.
Yeah, well, that
sounds like something out of the Canadian mountains.
Yeah, I know, but no, we used to call them county officers,
Okay.
which now they're sheriffs or state police. They don't have that down there. I mean, even just down in Randolph County, you know, that's a huge county. They have, I think, now they may have changed in the past couple of years, but for that whole county, they only had three sheriffs. Now, if you go to Marshall County, I can't remember how many they have, but they have a lot of sheriffs in both Ohio and Marshall County. And same with Wetzel, but you know, they're able to get the funding to be able to do that. But down there, I mean, just in Randolph County, which is where I'm from, that's where my family's from. And so it's very, very different in the areas when you're not there and you're not doing anything in those areas, you don't really know. One of my volunteers, I have wonderful, wonderful volunteers that have made me be able to do what I'm doing today, because definitely couldn't do what I'm doing today. We'll cross over 9,000 gifts. But Chuck and Linda Stokey have been working with me for about 3 years. They've been doing, up until this year, they've been doing everything out of their home for me that they did. I have Lida Cox, but what I was going to tell you, Mike Moore is a retired banker, and he's one of my volunteers, and he used to travel the area, I mean, West Virginia, so whenever I showed him on the map where we went, he says, oh yeah, I know all those places. And he says, I know how poor they are in those places. I mean, we're talking even Welch, West Virginia, I started mentioning before we got on the air. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, Welch, West Virginia was the #1 coal mining industry, not just in McDowell County, and not just in the state of West Virginia, not just in the United States, but in the world.
The world?
The world. Wow. That's what
And now it's depressed?
Now it's 92% unemployment. And most people don't know up here that whenever they could buy up their homes down there over the years whenever they were coal miners, but you only got 6 inches of earth underneath of it. So you can't sell it. It goes back to the coal mine if you want to get rid of it. They can pass it down from generation to generation, but you can never sell your homes.
Never knew that. I never knew such a thing existed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's very, very depressed. Very.
Can you imagine raising little ones, though? I mean,
yeah.
Right now my heart's getting softer and softer listening to you, you know?
It's gone. I mean, I've been doing this since 1998 here when I came back from the mission field. And so it's, I had to work to eat and to pay my bills, so I became an insurance agent. But I would take these trucks down on weekends, or if I wasn't working, and it's all turnaround. I don't stay overnight. I don't spend the money to do that because I feel that money is much more served in buying product or buying things that the people need, food or whatever the case may be.
Wow. We got to take a break. Can you hang around a little bit?
I can, darling.
Yeah, you're doing more talking than any guest I've ever had, and I like it.
Well,
I've learned years ago, you've got to be a good listener if you're working in radio.
Well, good. Thank you.
But every time you say something, I feel more depressed about all the areas you've been talking about,
Well,
I mean, for some reason, I picture houses that looks like the Beverly Hillbillies before they went to Beverly, California,
Well, we'll tell you a story about that.
Okay, all right, save that, all right? Because
Yes.
a lot of people out there are learning a lot about what you do, and maybe somebody can call and help, okay? I got a lot more questions for you, so we got to take a break, all right?
Yes.
Diane Stout, founder, okay, of the Appalachian Christmas Project, and she found me, believe it or not. Second you turned around and Donnie introduced me to you, I said, well, I got to help her,
Sounds good.
Maybe the guy upstairs works in funny ways, huh?
He does.
What do you think?
Absolutely. There is no doubt in my mind. I believe that God put you in my path. He put Donnie in my path a long time ago. Sometimes I wonder about that, but...
Well, he has a tendency to get off of the path.
I love him dearly.
Oh,
though.
yeah, he's a lovable guy. He's like a teddy bear, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I actually work with his brother, Tom.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
anyway,
You
we'll
still
take
owe me
your
a cup of coffee. We'll be right back right after this on AM 1600, and we are, and always will be, the Watchdog.
I'm not buying till I checked on for.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4444.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Frio Stack and Associates auctioneers, realtors, certified appraisers specializing in antiques, business liquidations, multi-parcel land auctions. Frio Stack and Associates is a regional business offering the executor, attorney, agent, and other individuals the most comprehensive and technologically advanced auction and appraisal services available. For information on our service, call our office at 304-233-3168 or email frioauc@aol.com. Frio Stack and Associates sells the earth and everything.
Save big during the Black Friday sales event at Thomas Auto Centers. Choose from over 80 in-stock certified pre-owned Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Get a 2017 Grand Cherokee Limited, 25,000 miles, sunroof, and leather heated seats, just $29,900. Or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus, only 19,000 miles and local trade-in, just $25,228 at Thomas Auto Centers.
Check the best deal. Thomas Auto Center.
Ball Road, St. Clairsville.
My little girl hurt her foot and needed a doctor fast, but her physician wasn't available, and I wanted her seen as soon as possible. Then I remembered the Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care, right in downtown Wheeling at the Stone Center on Market Plaza. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, the center is ideal if you have a sudden sickness or injury. The doctors and nurses were great, and they also provided x-rays, a pharmacy, and lab draw station. No appointments needed, and convenient parking is nearby. Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care. They'll take good care of
Save big money in your next project now at Menards. Get moving on those staining projects with help from Minwax. With a wide variety of stains and finishes, Minwax will have what you need to get the job done right. Right now, all Minwax products are 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving today at Menards. 11% good until November 14th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. There are now more than 8,100 active COVID-19 cases in West Virginia. That from information released this morning by the DHHR. After a record high of 885 new cases on Wednesday, the agency confirmed 696 new ones today. The state's daily positivity test rate is 3.87%. Hospitalizations have moved to a pandemic high of 306, and 93 of those patients are in intensive care. There were also 2 deaths added, a 95-year-old woman from Marshall County and an 87-year-old man from Cabell County. Overall, the death rate is at 555. West Virginia American Federation of Teachers President Fred Albert tells members of the State Board of Education that all is not perfect in the classrooms of West Virginia as teachers and school service personnel deal with COVID-19.
Teachers and service personnel are at a breaking point. We have 104 teachers in Marion County who are members of AFT, and they have filed a grievance because they are being asked to do more than one job.
The board meeting continues. A federal class action lawsuit's been filed in federal court in southern West Virginia challenging a blanket exclusion on coverage for gender-confirming care under West Virginia's Medicaid and state employee health insurance plan. That suit was filed on behalf of 3 West Virginia residents who say the policies are discriminatory. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. A student at Crosslanes Christian School in Kanawha County is your 2020 West Virginia Scholar. Eden Reynolds announced as the winner last hour on Metro News Talk Line. The West Virginia Scholar Program designates Eden gets a full 4-year scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College. 3 West Virginia schools are being honored by the U.S. Department of Education today as National Blue Ribbon Schools. They include Williamstown Elementary, Kenna Elementary in Kanawha County, and Panther Creek Elementary in Nicholas County. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Hi, this is Shauna Johnson from Metro News, just one of the contributors to the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. Listen and stay informed every weekday right here.
You like this song, don't you? You notice we provide entertainment here too.
Yes, I see that.
Lola picks most of the music.
Well, she does a great job. I love it.
That was a song I would have never thought of for you. But yeah, that's the Doobie Brothers. Okay?
Yes.
I don't know if I can get all of this in here. All right, let's see how I can do this. All right. You see all that blue? This young lady travels all around the state, parts of, West Findlay's in PA, right?
Yes.
Kentucky and everything. There you go. All these places. And you don't sleep over in a hotel? Don't you
No.
get tired traveling?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I love to drive, and last...
What do you average a day? Miles? 100?
That's pretty close, between 80 and 100.
And driving a truck, gas is cheap in some areas, but not so cheap in others.
Actually, it's cheap in Kentucky. That's where I usually fill up before I come home.
How much a gallon?
It was $1.70. Well, let's see, $1.89 for diesel.
Wow.
Down there.
Wow, that's
but
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you stop and have lunch somewhere?
Yeah, I pack a lunch.
Okay.
And I stop down in a little town called Dorton when I go to Kentucky. They have a little park there, and if I, and then I stop for supper on the way home, usually at an Arby's.
Okay, well, that's 2 for $6, right?
Yep.
Roast beef, yeah.
Yep, or you can get five for 10.
Is that right?
Uh-huh. The
Okay.
classics are 5 for 10.
Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there, and I got to watch everything because my diabetes and that, I used to be real, boy, 2 Whoppers for $6. I could put those away, but there's probably a lot of people that they feed their family, hey, we can go to get 4 Whoppers for $12 and that's the kid's dinner,
Around here, maybe. Down there, it's
No?
not as prominent because they just don't have the money to do it.
Oh,
And
I
they don't
forgot
have the
about that.
gas to get, they don't have the gas to get there.
Yeah, see, we take it for granted.
I
Because every
do.
other street, there's a 7-Eleven or Arby's or, a McDonald's
Mhm.
next to a Wendy's, which is next to Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, the group down in, let's just say Kermit, West Virginia, which is down on the Kentucky border. If you look clear down here, it's Kermit, little town called Kermit.
Okay. I got it right here.
Yep. Look at the closest main city, Williamson,
Yep.
which is the dot underneath of it. Which,
Naugatuck.
Naugatuck.
Naugatuck?
Mm-hmm.
Crum?
Mm-hmm.
That's far away from Kermit.
Yes, it is. They have to either go over and, just to get to a little mom and pa store, they have to drive, a distance. To go to Walmart, they have to go all the way. It's about 40 miles from Kermit down to Williamson. And if they have to go to the hospital, they have to go clear up to Huntington. Or Charleston.
Don't have a
depending.
heart attack, right? Seriously.
Yes, serious.
Or a stroke. Oh, gee.
Yeah, and so, like you said, we take things for granted. I live in Cameron. I live 20 miles. It takes me almost an hour to get to Wheeling. To Moundsville, 30 to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And, people will say, well, you choose, yes, I choose to live out there.
Okay.
It's nice and quiet and, but for people that are not like me, that are less fortunate than I am, and I'm blessed that I have a paycheck, but a lot of people don't.
No.
And down in even right around here, Littleton, Belton. Those are names that we know. But if people live out there, there's nothing in Littleton now, and nor Belton.
And it's not like they can get up and move, right?
No.
No.
I mean, who's going to buy their property out there if
You're
they
right.
decide to sell?
You're right.
Same with the people in the flooded areas. I mean, we've been blessed this year. We've not had the floods like other places have had, like down in Louisiana, Mississippi. But even still, when they do, I mean, nobody's going to buy your flooded property. If you're in a floodplain, you're not going to buy it. There's no way to get rid of it. And how are you going to move? You can't. But we have my friend Jenny Gano down in, out of Williamson. She works for the flood relief program and works with them. So they're still working with people from 2016 floods. 2016. This is 2020. That's how slow sometimes the government situations are.
Let me ask you a stupid question.
There is no stupid question except
Well,
the one not asked.
Okay. Can't you get some help from the political friends, or I don't know if they're your friends in Charleston? Are they aware of some of their residents are suffering? Can't they do anything about it or help?
Well, they have helped me, okay? When I was with when we had the program through Appalachian Outreach, they helped us in some of those areas. They helped us to get a truck and so on. But as far as the program, the Christmas project, no. And there's nothing out there. The government has their hands tied now. Number one, with the COVID and with all of the other political things that are going on. So they're not even, they try. I know some of them personally, and they try to help us, try to help me with the Christmas project when they can. But again, you've got families.
Yeah.
You have families, and we live in a very blessed area.
Yeah. Well, the governor, who's pretty well off, I understand,
Mm-hmm.
he could buy Kermit, couldn't he?
He definitely
He could buy Kermit, Naugatuck, is that how you say it?
Yes, Naugatuck.
Crumb,
Mm-hmm.
all these small towns. He could buy them, Well, whatever. It's just a shame that we can't help our fellow human beings. But I'm here to help you, to help them.
Well, I'm thankful that you've allowed me to come on today. I thank Donnie for coming on, letting me go on his last week and meeting you. And it's all about faith. You have to have faith to step out.
Can I keep this?
Oh, that's yours, and you can. I have more here if you want them. And the hope to give the people a hope for the for future. And
I'm hopeful I can fold this thing. Wait a minute.
here, give it here.
Yeah,
I'll
there you
fold
go.
it.
I could never do that.
You're getting it all
Of course, who
discombobulated.
uses maps anymore, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. But whenever you get out into these areas,
Yeah, I was just
there-
going to say your GPS is useless.
yes,
And cell phones are useless.
yes. Whenever you
That's
get,
hard to believe in this country.
yes, it's amazing because when I was doing mission work down in Honduras, I'm up in the mountains in a little village in Honduras. I had perfect cell phone service.
In Honduras.
In Honduras, yes, they have towers everywhere. I come home, and I have a home out on Stone Church Road, and I was out there. You have to stand on your head on my back porch to I had a landline, and it's because you couldn't get cell phone service.
Yeah. So I guess there's no cable TV.
No.
Okay. How about direct TV?
No. Well, you
dishes.
could get direct TV. You just have to put the dish
Yeah.
away from the woods or whatever. I don't know anything about those technological things, but used a, what did they used to call them?
Antenna?
Antenna.
Rabbit ears?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't tell me they still use those things.
I did up until just about 4 years ago.
You use rabbit ears?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
With aluminum foil?
Yeah.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
you put the aluminum foil on there to give it better.
Have you ever met Jed Clampett?
Not yet. I wouldn't mind meeting him.
Well, yeah, you
with his-
strike oil. That's what you got to do from all these places. Strike some oil, right?
Right, yes.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. What if somebody listening wanted to say, well, I can't give anything, but can I send a couple bucks or whatever? What can they do?
Absolutely. They can either send it, they could call me, they could, however.
You want me to give your number out?
You may, if you like.
All right. No, it's up to you. You want me to give it out?
Yeah, that's okay.
304-280-4820. And she'll, if she doesn't get back to you in a couple of minutes, it'll be a little bit longer because she's very good at returning calls.
Now, again, they could drop it in the mail
Yep.
at
Yeah.
at 395 Oak Lane, Cameron, West Virginia, 26033. And for those of you out there that remember who I am, Diane Reinecke Stout. I was Diane Reinecke for 20 some years. And now I'm newly married, so
Does your
I'm a
hubby
stout.
Dubby help you?
He does. He does
Okay.
some driving for me when he
Okay.
can. He has.
Is he retired or?
Oh, yes, he's a
Okay.
retired coal miner.
Okay.
Yep, but he's got serious back problems, and
Ooh.
so,
I
you know,
mean-
but he does go with me to drive and when I need him.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I have
but-
some. I think I got a box or 2 boxes of Christmas cards with envelopes that haven't been used.
Well, I have people that do the Christmas cards that sign them, and
Okay.
so we.
So
can
you're
put 'em in
familiar with
gifts.
Wheeling, right?
Oh, absolutely. I actually grew up on Stone Church Road, and
Where?
Stone Church Road,
Where's that?
out Elm Grove.
Okay. All right.
Out Stone Church Road out there. And my family's from, on my mom's side's from Center Wheeling,
Okay.
23rd Street.
Okay. Used to be a hell of a town, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
you know, living in Washington, PA, we didn't want to go to Pittsburgh. Too
No,
crowded.
so you came to Wheeling.
Yeah, almost right before Christmas or Christmas week.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't watch it, you get pushed off the sidewalks.
Yes.
I
But
mean,
all, yep.
You name it, it was here. Theaters, restaurants, clothing stores, men's stores.
Yes.
You know, gentlemen's clubs. Yeah. Well, I had to put
The
that in
Victoria, you know, Vic and Capitol, and,
Yeah.
you know, now the Vic is, you know, music,
Yeah.
country music.
And I feel sorry for all the people, the ushers, my friends, you know, who it's a second job being an usher at an event. They have no events, you know?
Right, right.
You know, it's just, I want everything to go back to normal. Even in Washington, PA, which is kind of like a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are probably more businesses. You familiar with Claysville?
Absolutely.
That's a thriving town compared to Washington when you think about it, you know? There's all
Because
kinds of
it's a
nice
s-
little stores and beautiful shops and stuff,
Small
garages.
community.
Yeah.
They're a.
And everybody's tight. Everybody knows everybody,
Yep,
you know?
yep. You walk down the street and, hey, how you
Yeah,
doing? Have a good day.
Do that in Pittsburgh and they look at you. Well, there's hardly anybody in Pittsburgh anymore. I was there a couple of weeks ago downtown. I thought they were filming a zombie movie. You know, I was waiting for zombies or something to come out of a building. Hotels are closed. You know, Brooks Brothers is going to close. Not that I can afford to pay $25 for a pair of socks, but, you know, that's an established name, you know.
But that's what the people that live there established that,
Yeah.
you know, thing, so.
Yeah.
But that's what I was telling you earlier also. I got a call from a lady out of Pittsburgh, Jeannie, I'm sorry. And she is all excited. She just found out about the program
Mhm.
about a month ago. And she is so excited about getting on board. She's actually going to do some pickups for me of the shoe boxes and people that knit and crochet for me out of Pittsburgh, so I don't have to make the trip all the way up there 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful for all of that.
Well, there are a
as
lot of
well.
good people out there. For
Oh,
every
there
bad
are.
person, there's 1,000 good people.
I believe that. I believe that.
I'm saving the best for last.
Oh, okay.
Our good friend is going to help you out.
Yes, she
You know,
is.
she's a great lady.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if I'd want her job. I call her the CEO manager of Quaker Steak and Lube.
Yes.
Christina. She has offered to help. I think we forced her to help, didn't we? But as soon as Donnie mentioned it to her, she says, "What can I do?" I
Absolutely.
remember that. What can I do to help? There's going to be, this is all tentative, okay? Fundraiser night and Quaker Steak and Lube. What's ACP?
Appalachian Christmas Project.
Oh, okay.
That's
you
my
have
truck.
It on. Oh, that's your truck? That's not a big truck. It's only 2 inches long. Okay. Thursday, December 3rd or 10th. Right. This is all tentative. From 4 to 9, a bake sale, 15% donation night. Support the cause by presenting this invite to Quaker Steak and Lube, and we'll donate 15% of your total food purchases. We're not talking 5%. Some people say we'll give 10%. 15% makes a big difference towards purchases to the Appalachian Christmas Project, okay? And she's going to have a truck there, right?
Actually, there is already a trailer there.
A trailer? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to allow us to put stuff there.
Okay.
You know, anybody that buys stuff at the up at the Highlands or wants to drop off some stuff, some new stuff preferred.
Well, that's a great idea. You
you know-
go there to Uncle Wally Mart.
Yeah,
You know, you
yep.
go there to Target and buy
Yep.
some little stuff, the socks, the deodorant, little things that we take for granted. It
Yep.
doesn't cost very much.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Janie, the wine lady, I don't know if you know her.
No.
She's a regular. She distributes wines and visits all. She did a big function there for the four-legged creatures. And Christina, you know, was all out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because Janie said, you're going to come up and help us, aren't you? And how am I going to say no? You
Right,
know?
right.
You know, so.
Well, again, I could not even imagine doing what we do for this project without my volunteers. I
Yeah.
mean, I mentioned some of them earlier. Another one, I mean, he's there, John Armbruster is there taking care of, he opens the building for me when I'm late or I'm not going to be able to be there on time. And we just have so many, Nancy Berry, I mean, there's just so many that are there. Gwen Upton, I mean, they're there working right now while I'm here on the radio. So appreciate all my volunteers.
When's the last day you can make donations? Is there a time limit?
Well, I like to have, if they're going to do shoe boxes, I'd like to have them in by the 22nd, or if they do the gallon baggies, because I do all my staging the week of Thanksgiving, because I'm trying to get my first truck out December the 1st or 2nd. Because I have Christmas, I mean, they're not doing the Christmas giveaway like they have in the past. They have to do a stop, pick up, and roll. And so consequently, they're going, I mean, it's kind of like whenever you give food out down at the down at the Wheeling Soup Kitchen, you're not allowed in. You just walk and pick up your food and go.
Okay.
And they're going to be doing that, how they're going to do their Christmas gifts this year at the different areas where we are going to be distributing. And so you just have to, you can drop the stuff off, new toys. We have Salem, West Virginia that has over 250 children that we're going to be working with. We have Huntington area, I don't even know how many yet. Last year we had over 1,000 kids. The food pantry there serves 450 kids every week. Every week. I mean, they have kids there every day, but up to 450 or more now with the COVID thing going on. So, I mean, that's, and oh goodness, down in Myra, Kentucky, last year we served 7,000 children.
Children?
Anywhere from kindergarten to high school.
Children who maybe not have dinner or breakfast at
Right,
home?
absolutely.
Wow.
They
That's
may not
sad.
have any food at home.
That's sad, Diane.
That's where they get their meals, is at the schools. So yes, it is very sad. But I'm thankful we're out there and we can help them to have a good Christmas. This year's going to be a little different with the COVID, but I'm praying that people will continue to step up and my volunteers will continue to step up and we'll be able to make that happen.
How about canned goods?
Yes, but they have
Like
to,
soups and stuff?
Yes, definitely. Food, I mean, down at the food pantry, like I said, in Myra, Kentucky, or Salem. I mean, even just as close as Cameron. They serve seniors, I think it's the seniors they serve on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays they serve kids. That's in Cameron, because that might be the only food that they get. Is what they
Because,
get.
for $8 or $9, you can go to Uncle Sam's Club and get like a case of tomato soup, chicken noodle soup, okay? So
Yeah.
it's high in sodium. It's okay,
Yeah, I just had Technocap, they're great with me. They donate boxes for my Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
And somehow they came up with a bunch of spaghetti, tomato sauce, and spaghetti sauce, and they called me. And I was able to take 2 ton down to Myra, Kentucky, and it was gone in less than a week. And down to Kermit, I took a ton down to there. I took some to the, they were given stuff at the soup kitchens locally. And I took some down to Cameron for them to use, and they had told me that they are so thankful for that because, you have to ask and, you don't get government funding to be able to buy food. You got the Mountaineer Food Bank, but sometimes the Mountaineer Food Bank, what they give you is toothpaste.
Well, you got a friend here, many friends here at the
Yes.
Watchdog, okay?
Thank you so much.
Because we try and take care of the community. That's our job here, okay?
Yep.
We do a lot of sports, politics, and stuff, but we're here for the community. And, as long as I'm around, I'll help you.
Well, thank you so very much, and I thank you for the audience
Plus,
out
I
there.
surround myself with good people. Like Lola playing the Doobie Brothers, huh?
All right.
Speaking of Donnie Gilbert, he's next. How about that?
All right.
Donnie, if you're listening, thank you for turning me on to this young lady who's got a great big heart, and she's an excellent human being.
Come on, it's in your mind.
watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Reports that more aides and advisors within the president's inner circle have been caught in the latest wave of coronavirus cases at the White House and on the campaign trail.
Trump campaign advisor Corey Lewandowski has tested positive for COVID-19. He's been in Philadelphia for several days as the Trump campaign continues to pursue lawsuits related to the election results. In the past week, at least a dozen people in the president's orbit have tested positive, including his chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Most recently, it was the White House political director, Brian Jack, and at least 2 other White House aides. Some in the outbreak attended the election night party at the White House, where hundreds of people gathered indoors, many not wearing masks. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Health experts say with Thanksgiving 2 weeks out, Americans have a choice to make. Mask up and social distance to help bend the curve now, especially in states where new cases and hospitalizations are surging. Ballot counts continuing in Nevada and Arizona. President-elect Joe Biden moving forward with the transition, another key Republican signaling that Biden is the winner, even though the president is not.
Republican Senator Chuck Grassley asked whether he believes Joe Biden should get access to classified briefings to prepare for the transition.
I would think, especially on the classified briefings, the answer is yes.
Grassley added the General Services Administration should follow the precedent set during the 2000 Bush-Gore transition. So far, the GSA has not recognized Biden as the president-elect, and President Trump has still not conceded. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, Washington.
The Georgia recount process starting today. In a training session, Georgia Elections Division Director Chris Harvey telling county workers to remain focused.
Keep in mind through all this stuff, what we're doing is relatively simple. We're counting votes and counting pieces of paper. We're identifying votes, counting pieces of paper. Don't lose that concept.
And counting 5 million ballots. You're listening to ABC News.
I worry about lots of things. My finances, my grandkids.
If you're 65 or older, you have enough things to worry about. Pneumococcal pneumonia shouldn't be one of them. Even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for this potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13-valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 13.
In Italy, hospitals overrun with COVID-19 patients, now taking extreme action.
This video from Wednesday, now gone viral, shows the crammed COVID section of an emergency room of southern Italy's largest hospital, and the body of a man there, dead on the floor of a bathroom. Cardarelli hospital administrators have condemned the video as exploiting an already desperate situation. But with infections soaring in the south, too, medics are now administering oxygen, not in waiting rooms, but to people lined up in cars for hours outside Naples' other main hospital. Doctors are pushing for a full national lockdown to reduce the pressure on hospitals. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
A drop in the number of weekly jobless claims. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
709,000 laid-off Americans applied for jobless benefits for the first time last week. It's a pandemic low point for weekly jobless claims and a sign of a slowly recovering labor market. The number of weekly jobless claims has dropped in each of the last 4 weeks. However, there has been an increase in infections every day this week, threatening jobs and the economy.
After a historic COVID-driven vacancy rate, New York City apartment rentals increased for the first time in over a year. Sales activity is also starting to tick a bit higher, but rents still down. The typical rent paid for in a Manhattan apartment has fallen a record 19% compared with a year ago. This is ABC News.
These days, it's okay to do some things halfway, like wearing your pajama bottoms on a work call, but managing your prescriptions shouldn't be one of them. That's why CVS has a proprietary search tool to find ways that may help lower your prescription costs, and will deliver them for free. No wonder CVS customers are better than most at staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier. Come in or call today and get a free prescription savings review at CVS. Savings vary. Not all patients eligible for savings. Delivery restrictions apply. Visit cvs.com for details.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Are you struggling to make payments due to an unexpected financial obligation or loss of income? Are you receiving calls from debt collectors? Are you feeling overwhelmed and unsure of what steps to take next? Then you need the experience and expertise of attorney Tom McIntyre and his staff to help guide you through these temporary hardships. Want to hear more about how Tom can help? Then call 877-456-4155 and receive a free copy of Tom's ebook, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. Tom's ebook covers many questions people have about bankruptcy and includes interesting stories about people who tried to avoid filing and people who have filed for bankruptcy. We think you'll be surprised to learn some interesting facts about bankruptcy. Call 877-456-4155.
Save big during the Black Friday sales event at Thomas Auto Centers. Choose from over 80 in-stock certified pre-owned Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Get a 2017 Grand Cherokee Limited, 25,000 miles, sunroof, and leather heated seats, just $29,900. Or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus, only 19,000 miles and local trade-in, just $25,228 at Thomas Auto Centers.
Check the best deal. Thomas Auto Center.
Mall Road, St. Clairsville. For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Save big money in your next project now at Menards. Get moving on those staining projects with help from Minwax. With a wide variety of stains and finishes, Minwax will have what you need to get the job done right. Right now, all Minwax products are 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving today at Menards. 11% good until November 14th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
In a divided year, we can still be united through giving. There's a $300 above-the-line tax deduction this year thanks to the CARES Act. You can take a $300 deduction for charitable donations. As an organization that promotes giving, the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley encourages you to utilize this tax deduction. Consider making a donation to a nonprofit agency with a cause that's important to you. Any donation made to the United Way will go towards our annual campaign supporting local programs focusing on the community's toughest
Hello,
needs.
everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon, daytime high near 56. Partly cloudy overnight as well. Temperatures down to about 40 degrees. You'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors. Live and local conversation continues. This is the Afternoon Drive on the Watchdog.
Karen, I want you to know you are the one. If I had, I'd never let go.
Hey, the Donnie Gilbert Show back live up here at the
up in the Highlands, the Quaker's taking lube in the brickyard, and there's bricks everywhere. And Karen's stuck in traffic, so the song was actually for Karen Janicescu, who'll be here shortly. And but we have Michelle as a step-in. How are you doing? Your last name, I don't think you have that in a spelling bee.
Try to say it.
It's Frank Stiparalopoulos.
Frankopoulos.
Frankopoulos.
It's just like it's spelled.
Well, look, you're not on there talking to that microphone.
I'm sorry.
That's why you're holding on. There it is. Now talk.
Oh, okay. It's exactly how it's spelled.
Yes, well,
it's Frankopoulos.
Frankopoulos. Well, it looks like it has a bunch of extra words in it and letters and everything else.
It's a big one.
Anyway, big bosses are up here today, so we're going to be good up here at Quaker Steak.
Yeah.
Up here at Quaker Steak. But we're up here.
They're inspecting us.
They're inspecting, and that's why we're sitting over here in a quarter hide with a big sheet over us. But anyway, hop on by. It's 62 degrees outside, I think. Am I
Is
right?
it that warm right now? When I left this morning, I wanted to cry. It was so cold.
Yeah, it's better now. But anyway, up here, you've been here how long now?
11 years.
Now, how long has this place been here? 11 years?
11 years.
Yeah, so I thought you were here since day one.
Yeah, I've been here.
And what a neat place. I mean, a lot of neat things could be coming and would be happening if this
COVID.
Rumors flying everywhere on the news circuit. You hear that a 6-week mandatory nationwide lockdown.
What are we going to do?
Oh, my gosh, I don't know. Oh, that frightens me. Yeah, we'll have to stock up some beer and everything else. Maybe grow some vegetables inside your window because you're not out of the house. Yeah, we'll have a few beers. Better start stocking up on that. But, anyway, we got Bob Shabbat coming on today. Bob, are you a Steeler fan?
I'm a Steeler fan.
Okay, Bob Shabbat. He was the most knowledgeable Steeler guy ever in this world. Also, the new Marsh County prosecutor, Joe Canestraro, will be here. And do you know Ryan Storm?
I don't.
Yeah, you'll know when you'll see today.
I might know
you're
when
talking
I see
about
him.
Wheeling Central football, and where Wheeling Central football, Wheeling Park football, and John Marshall football all might be in jeopardy this weekend.
Oh, no, not COVID.
COVID related.
Everybody's in jeopardy.
Well, here's the thing. It's a color-coordinated map, okay? So there's a school map, a DHR map, and some other map, okay? So they have 3. So my opinion is you take all those tabulations together, and it gets me is the DHR map is a daily map, okay?
Yeah.
So it could go gold, red. Anytime any map turns red, everybody's shut down, all right? But if the map on the school map ends and was released on Saturdays at 5 and carries all the way to the next Saturday at 5 o'clock, well, this is like you then have to do numbers for the following week.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And it's crazy, all right? So, but the DHR map changes daily. It may be orange, tomorrow it may be blue, or it would be yellow, green, orange, and red.
I just want the kids back in school.
They're not
really
going
bad.
back
This isn't good.
But you know what thing gets me about this map, okay? They're talking about this and they're talking about that. But, they talk about, there's 22 cases or positive cases today, which, God bless them, okay? But they don't talk about the 490 that were negative.
Right.
You never hear that part of it.
Or just the regular flu.
The regular flu,
like
right?
That.
It's all outside. There's some people who are sick, who get sick. There's others who do not. And it's crazy. You're around people more than anybody, about as much as I'm. You've seen everybody.
We've never shut down. I mean, we shut down,
Knock on wood.
out here, but we were open for to-go. I've never stopped working with the public. Never. And knock on wood.
Yes, knock on wood.
Here.
Yeah, we're still here. We're okay. So we're
Right.
so far COVID-free. But business picked back up. Hopefully it stays where it's at.
I'm hoping it does.
I mean, it affects a lot of people because a lot of people lose their jobs, get laid off.
My son lost his job. Yeah, he was in the coal mine. He lost his job.
Yeah, starting already on that part, aren't we?
He's a good worker if anybody's hiring.
Yeah, really good work. Up here, hire him here, but then again, he may not be here long either. So
He works in the coal mine. He's not going to work
Yeah,
there.
he's not. He's a coal miner. You take coal mining wage where you're working 6 to 7 days a week. How long was he coal mining?
He was there for about 3 years. He was an electrician in coal mine.
Oh, okay.
So, he was doing pretty good for himself, and now, he hasn't found a job yet.
Well, let's pray for him, too.
I know.
Yeah, make everything happen. But, like I said, but on the other night, we're up here, and if anybody who hasn't been here, Quaker Steak, all these pieces, and they're in like all of the Quaker Steaks. It's not the exact same piece.
Not the exact same pieces, but yeah, they all have
similar.
like motorcycles and race cars and things like that.
And go-karts and a lot of neat pictures and stuff like that.
They're actually in the newer ones. They don't have all these pictures, and they're like putting bowling alleys and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
like
heard
in the
that.
one in South Carolina.
Now, I think that'd be pretty neat.
It is really neat. They have an arcade and they have a bowling alley, and yeah, it's. I've been there a few times.
Now, can we add a bowling alley in here?
It would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? We don't have one here in the Highlands. It would
No,
be a good
we don't,
idea.
but we take the brickyard and expand the brickyard at another place out here and make the bowling alleys in here.
Well, we should suggest it.
Like, well, the big boss are out there. Go tell us.
I
hey,
might
look,
have a little bit of pool. All right.
I think it'd be great to, right, Karen? Well, Karen can put her headset on over there.
Hey, Donnie.
Hi.
It was great talking to you.
Oh,
guys,
you're leaving already?
but I gotta
Karen's
get off
here?
Yes.
So you're leaving Karen's here, are you? Karen shows up and said, I'm out the door. How you doing over there, Karen? Is your microphone working?
Wait.
Wait, check baby 1 2.
Check baby 1 2.
Well, thanks, Michelle. She's just like, I'm out of here. Big boss. Tell the big boss it's bowling alley. Let's get him in.
Bowling alley.
Wouldn't that be fun, Karen?
It would be fun.
It would be fun. I would say that. Sierra, real quick, would you like to have a bowling alley put in here? A bowling